is my last day of interviews for Harry Potter on the Harry Potter sets.
It was really a strange feeling and hugely emotional.
Suddenly it just all stops on one kind of shot, and then it's all over.
Welkom op Zwijnstein, of wat daar nog van over is. Vandaag kijken we voor de allerlaatste keer achter de schermen bij een Harry Potter film. Na Harry Potter en de Deathly Hallows deel 2 wordt het boek definitief gesloten en keren Ron, Hermeline en Harry nooit meer terug op het witte doek. Met de Harry Potter film Deathly Hallows Part 2 komt er nu echt een einde aan de filmserie waar een hele generatie mee opgroeide. Maar liefst 10 jaar lang werd de grootste en meest succesvolle filmserie aller tijden opgenomen in het dorpje Hertfordshire, net buiten Londen. In het afgelopen decennium zagen we de jonge cast groot worden. Vandaag spreken we een aantal van hen en kijken we voor de allerlaatste keer backstage bij de opnames. A few weeks ago you had your last day of filming on this set. A lot of crying, I suppose.
Yeah, loads actually, and I really didn't kind of want or expect there to be. I didn't know that, you know, I would be, but I actually just on the day got really, really emotional.
It must be strange sitting here for the very last time.
Yeah, it is weird. I didn't really think about it like that. Yeah, it's really weird to kind of be here, kind of. Because I mean, we only finished a couple of weeks ago. So it's still quite fresh, but
a lot of crying and everything.
Yeah, we really did kind of get quite emotional. Suddenly it just all stops on one kind of shot, and then it's all over. So it's going to take a while, I think, for me to kind of adjust.
After these two films, you will never play the part of Hermione ever again. How does it feel?
Gosh, I'll miss her. I really will. You know, I think I've spent more of my life being her than I have being me, so it'll be very strange. She's my alter ego, really. So, yeah, I'll miss her a huge amount.
All the ones that were here definitely cried. I think everybody who, even the most hardened of our cast who've been around for a very long time, some of the older members found it emotional saying goodbye for the last time.
Like you?
Yeah, like me.
Also crying?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. Actually, I've got hay fever. But it did make me cry.
De afgelopen 10 jaar is er heel veel gebeurd. Niet alleen in de wereld, maar natuurlijk ook hier in deze grote eetzaal van Zwijnstein. We hebben de jeugdige cast van toen kunnen zien opgroeien tot volwassenen, zou je kunnen zeggen. En dat allemaal voor het oog van de camera en een miljoenenpubliek.
Here it is. Nicholas Flamel is the only known maker of the Sorcerer's Stone. The what? Oh, honestly, don't you two read?
Cut. Great work, guys.
En zo begon het allemaal 10 jaar geleden. De jonge cast bracht een groot deel van hun puberteit door op de set.
I'm Harry Potter. I'm Hermione Granger. And you are? Ron Weasley. Pleasure.
Let's go back 10 years in time. Could you have imagined what would happen to you?
No.
No?
Not at all. I mean, the thing is, I still don't really know now how... I have a very limited understanding of how huge the phenomena of Potter is. Nobody could have guaranteed or predicted that kind of success for the films.
But it dominated your childhood, actually.
Yeah, well, certainly my adolescence, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, it was. I mean, I was here every day and loved it, and I would do it all again if I had the chance.
Harry.
Why did you want to play the role of Hermione so badly in that time?
I was just a huge fan of the books. You know, I was already reading them. I already loved them. I loved the part of Hermione. I really identified with her character, and you know, I just wanted to be part of it.
Harry! Bloody hell, Harry. That was not funny.
you know, who wouldn't?
Do you still love her? Because
I still love
Yeah,
her.
really?
I will always love her. And
were there moments you hated her too?
there were moments I hated her too, when I was being put in itchy jumpers and, you know, or when, you know, she has these incredible lines, which are just such a mouthful, which are just impossible to say. Then I hated her. But most of the time, I love her.
You never hated Ron?
No, I didn't.
Really?
He was, yeah.
It's for 10 years. I can't imagine.
No, I mean, I've
The
always...
clothes he was wearing, or the haircut, for instance.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think the clothes and that, I always quite enjoyed the fact that he was kind of, they're all a bit kind of different and kind of added to his character a bit more. And yeah, I mean, I've always kind of felt quite similar to Ron, really. So
Ja. Net als Daniel Radcliffe, Rupert Grint en Emma Watson spelen ook de Phelps twins al die jaren al mee in de Harry Potter films.
I remember the very first time I walked through those doors, and I was literally, it was blown away, because we walked in and it was it's Halloween. It was the first scene, and it was the inductions, like when everyone comes in and gets sorted into their houses. And we were all walking in for the first time, and I think we'd done 2 or 3 weeks shoot on location before, and this is our first studio scene. And we walked in, there's literally all the other like students, like 300 students in here, and all like the candles were all floating and everything, and it really was incredible that this was all, because that was the first ever set I'd ever been on. And it was amazing to think that this was all, it wasn't real. You know, you really could think this was a proper medieval place.
En in deze boze, kwade wereld groeiden de jonge acteurs met elkaar op. You spent your childhood with everybody and here.
Very much so,
How
yeah.
was that, to live in this bubble?
It's bizarre. I mean, I'm very grateful for it. I've had such a fantastic time over here, and as much as we sacrifice some of the things, you know, a normal child would, if you will, we greatly benefit from, you know, meeting these fabulous people. Whether it's cast or crew, they've looked after us. They've kept their swearing to a minimum for as long as they possibly could, and I like to think we've all grown up as fairly decent people, and it's largely down to the people who are working down here who have been sort of looking after us.
You can't do that. I can't always help.
Doordat de jonge acteurs zo vaak op de set stonden, gingen ze niet naar een reguliere school. De crew en de cast werden een verlengde van hun familie. En ze leefden in een soort schijnwereld.
Leavesden Studios, which is where we are now, is really in the middle of nowhere, and
It
it's,
is.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's its own bubble. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, it's just amazing. It really kind of felt like home, really. So yeah, just because we spent every day here, every year, and I went to school here basically, and just yeah, it's just such a kind of great atmosphere with all the kind of people that have kind of worked on these like since the beginning.
If I'd gone to English private school, I would have met people like me from the same background as me for the next 10 years, and those are the only people that I would have met. So that's just a different type of bubble. You know what I mean? Whereas I've lived here and I've met and worked with people from a much wider range of backgrounds and experience and interests and likes and dislikes. And not only have I got to know them, but I've also got to work with them and kind of come to be thought of as, you know, a peer by them. And so
it didn't take away your childhood?
I don't think it did. I mean, I mixed, and still there were loads of kids here as well all the time, so that was kind of great as well. So I don't think it was a very different childhood. There's no denying of that. I'm not saying I had a normal childhood in the sense that I did what everybody else did. Of course not. But it's normal in the sense that I was, you know, happy and healthy and had a fantastic set of people around me.
Ja. Harry en zijn vrienden maakten in de laatste film veel mee. Ze bonden de strijd aan met een bergtrol, werden bijna gewurgd door onkruid, stonden op het menu van een spin en vochten tegen een reuzenslang. Ze zagen hun vrienden bijna verdrinken, geplet worden door een draak en het ergste, ze waren getuigen van de moord op hun dierbaren. En dat allemaal terwijl ze in de puberteit zaten. En in deze film staat Harry voor de ultieme uitdaging. Het gevecht met Voldemort, wetende dat slechts één van hen het zal overleven.